that this is the place that I used to see in my dreams and stuff, or in movies. Like, wow, America, they're one of the biggest countries and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Being here, I was just like, damn, it's even more beautiful than the show in movies. You know what I'm saying?
Focus on love. Love what's in focus. Aim for above because the ceiling's focus. Focus on love. Love what's in focus. Aim for above because the ceiling is bogus. Focus on love. I'm curious to hear more about your EP. Um,
All right.
so when did that drop?
It dropped, I think, a couple of months ago now. I'm pretty sure.
And
I
it's
forgot
called
the date.
what's it called again?
The moon ain't bright tonight.
The Moon Ain't Bright Tonight.
Yes, sir.
And this is an EP,
It
5
is.
songs,
Mm-hmm.
three songs, 3 different languages,
Yep.
3 songs in English,
Uh-huh.
1 in Punjabi, and 1 in Hindi.
One in Punjabi and one in Hindi. That's correct.
Cool. Could you tell me more about like what was your process for creating that EP, like coming up with the concept of it, and yeah, like how did that whole project come together?
That's a very good question, man. So literally there were 2 or 3 songs, I think, that I started off long time ago. Sometime last year. I want to say about like 6 months-ish ago. But I never got to them. I just started them and I started working on some other songs and stuff like that. You know, the typical producer kind of thing that you start something off and you never complete that. Anyway, so I started them off, started working on another project. My initial plan was to release a different EP. But since all of a sudden this quarantine and everything started happening, and I was having like very, very big plans for that. So all of that kind of just fell apart. And I didn't want it to put out that EP in these kind of circumstances because I didn't have any plan B for that one. So I was like, I had some like sad songs, and you know, I was like going through a lot of stuff at that time too. So everything just kind of happened at the same time. So I'm like, hey, it's kind of the perfect, I guess, I'm in the perfect vibe right now. Let's just finish this song, finish this, you know, EP completely. And I just started working on those songs, added the new songs, and just just talked with other people to collab with, and they agreed. So we just finished that EP.
Okay. So that kind of sounds like it's more of like a collection of songs more so than a like full, like a, you know, a concept project. Like, did you have a concept behind it? Or is it more something that came together, as you went along?
So those 2 songs I just did because at that particular point I was like a little bit sad. So I just started the sad songs and then I never finished them. But then again, now, like recently in April, I guess, when I was still like finishing the CP or whatever, I was like, hey, I'm already in that zone again. And I'm feeling that I have 2 songs ready. Why not I make this like a project, like a little project of itself? So I will say, yes, it's definitely like a collect a thing, you know, rather than just a bunch of songs put together. So I
Okay.
definitely wanted it to be themed and wanted it to be like an EP. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Cool. So how would you describe like the overall theme of the EP, Moonlight?
The moon ain't bright
The
tonight.
Moon Ain't Bright Tonight.
Yes, sir.
How did you come up with the concept for the album art?
The album art, that's a great question. So there's a friend of mine, he's a graphic designer too, of course, and I've been talking to him a lot lately, and he just like mostly posts like, you know, the soccer kind of edits and stuff like that. So he would just do a bunch of graphic design and then put like soccer players, and then he would just make it about soccer players and stuff.
Hmm.
But I know that I saw that he's like crazy at graphic design, and since I do digital media arts as my major, so I have that eye, you know, that I know
Hmm.
what person is good at what. Anyway, so I was like, hey dude, here's a little like what do we call it, like prospect from me, I guess, or whatever, like a proposal. I'm sorry, my bad. Here's a little proposal from me. I'm working on this project, which is just filled with sad song, and I want you to be like a little bit more creative with it and make a cover art. How about that? He's like, dude, I would love to, you know, work with you and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't want to tell you too much about it. I just sent him like a bunch of title ideas that I had just for the name of the EP, and I sent it over to him. I'm like, hey, these are the title ideas that I have in my mind. What do you think sounds the best? He chose the Moon Ain't Bright Tonight. He was like, rest sound okay, but this one just sticks out a lot to me. So I was like, yeah, let's just go with it. I like that too at that point. So we just went with that. I'm like, I want you to handle the full-on theme of it, right? For the cover art especially. I didn't want any of my sort of vision coming in because I didn't want to interrupt what he's doing and stuff like that. So I'm like, do what you feel like doing. And he just came up with this cover art.
Wow, awesome.
Pink lake, pink everything, pinkish everything, very neon color. If you like zoom in close, it has like those retro, like, you know, video lines or whatever. So it
Yeah,
feels very retro neon like, which I loved. That was just perfect for this EP.
nice.
kind
That's
of like
awesome.
those sad boy hours.
Did he listen to the songs?
He did do a couple of them while I was making them. Yes, I didn't obviously show him the full thing because I was trying to wait for it to be finished and to show it to everyone. But I also wanted him to have like a gist or like a taste of what the EP is, so that he has better idea of what he should do with the graphic design, with the cover art. So I just gave him a little taste.
Cool. Awesome. Do you have if you like think back, do you have like a favorite like teacher or mentor from your life that made like a bigger impact than, or just a large impact on your life? Like tell me a story where like a teacher or mentor helped you out.
Yes, I will say, man, there are actually a few of them. So, well, thanks to all of those teachers, by the way. I just want to say it out on the camera. But the one or two, I guess, if I have to select, there's this teacher of mine. I won't say the name on camera, but still, like, I respect you, ma'am. So thank you so much. She was my art teacher, especially in my like 12th grade, and she really helped me out making, like the cover, not the cover, but like more painting and stuff. I was like not good at it at that point, but I really, really wanted to do it, and she just helped me out a lot and stuff like that. And by the end of that year, I was so good at it that do you know this painting called The Scream?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very popular, famous painting or whatever. I made a copy of it, and my teacher, that teacher, and another teacher that came in, they both loved it so much that they just took that painting, and they were like, "Yo, just give it to us. Take the score, take the points. This painting is amazing." So she helped me out a lot.
Do they sell it?
Probably not. I'm gonna say they used it in school just to kind of like give example to other student, like future student and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that
Yeah,
be like that. Make these kind of painting. That's what you should achieve. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's good.
So yeah.
I didn't. It sounded almost like an art theft.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, I guess you can say, but at the same time, it was a very proud moment that they kind of like abducted that painting just for the sake to tell other students that, hey, one student did this art, which was so good, and you should follow the example or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was like a very proud moment for me. So she helped me out with a lot of stuff, and she also, I had some like issues. I guess I told you as well that I was being bullied and stuff back in school. So she helped me out a lot with that too.
Hmm.
And there was this another teacher. She was my
What I mean,
English.
could you like what are some of the things that you learned from her, or was it more like she like listened to you talk and stuff like that, or was there like something like more concrete of a lesson?
She helped me out through stuff. So basically, I would just like, I was a very silent kind of kid back then. I would not like say anything to any of the bullies or whatever. I would just let myself be bullied by them. I would
Hmm.
just go to that teacher, tell her that, hey, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not liking it, but I cannot stand up and speak for myself. So she like helped me out a lot by talking to like other teacher and like principal and stuff like that. And, just helped me out getting through all of that. So yeah,
That's awesome.
that's what you were asking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, perfect,
Cool.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks. Okay. It sounded like you were going to talk about a second one.
Yes, my second teacher. That's the teacher who taught me English, like in school, and so she was like really into my music. Even though back then I just started off and my music was so trash, I'm not gonna lie. But she was the one who would just come to me every single time I'm in class, and she's like, "Hey, did you make any new songs? I would love to listen to them." And I would just give her the USB of my new song. She would just go home, listen to it, come back, and just give me feedback and stuff like that. So she
That's
was
awesome.
like, yeah, and both of those teachers still like go on my like comments and stuff sometime on my Facebook and just like tapping like, "Hey, dude, your music is awesome," and stuff like that. So yeah, she helped me out a lot as well by just telling me that, hey, you're doing good, and keep that motivation up, because other students just wanted me to not do rap.
Hmm.
They kept on telling me that I was not good, that I will never make it, I will never do anything in my life and stuff like that. But that teacher was like, "Nah, don't listen to these people," and stuff like that. So yeah,
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always good to have a person there to tell you to like keep trying, keep going.
for sure, man. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Um. Cool. Could you tell me about a time when your life took an unpredictable turn?
When I came to US. Yeah, that was a very, very big, very major move for me. Because like, it was such a big culture shock being in India and all of a sudden being in America. It's just like North Pole and South Pole difference. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That was very big for me. And I was actually literally joined the college in India. I went there for 3 days. After that, we had to take a flight to come to the US.
Oh wow.
So we literally spent a lot of money, and I just went there only. I could only go in that college for 3 days, and I had to just come to US and just I guess start living here.
Wait, what? Why?
So I guess it's more of my father kind of thing, and so he is a priest and stuff like that. So I guess the visa and stuff like that is linked that way. So the entire family, but for some reason we have to just come out here. Yeah.
Okay, so you started college in India for like 3 days, but then
Only
you
three.
just had to immediately move
Yep.
to America, and then what happened?
Just came here. At first I was like super excited and stuff like that, that that this is the place that I used to see in my dreams and stuff, or in movies, like wow, America, they're one of the biggest countries and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Being here, I was just like, damn, it's even more beautiful than they show in movies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But after a while, since I did not know anybody and stuff like that, and we used to live with somebody, and they would be always busy, right? That's the American life. We just go to work a lot and stuff like that. Anyways, I would stay at home because I did not know nothing. Being alone by myself, I was kind of getting depressed at that point, but also like learning some stuff about America. But
Hmm.
slowly, I learned more and learned enough that there are like places that I could go to work. And after like a year or 2 years, I also joined college and stuff like that. So yeah,
Your degree is in digital arts,
digital media arts.
digital media arts. So what made you pursue that degree?
I guess since my early childhood, I've been really into like animation and stuff at first, like game design and stuff like that. That's what I was trying to pursue back in India as well. And the college that I went to for 3 days, I was doing a similar degree. It was called multimedia or something. I don't remember, but something like that. But I was like into it for a long time. When I came here, joined this college, this particular degree, I realized that there are a bunch of classes that I had to take other than just animation or game design. So I tried all of them, obviously, because I had to. And I just kind of fell in love more with video production, video editing, lighting, and stuff like that, rather than animation. So I guess, thing or my dream shifted a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's but still in the same realm.
But yeah, still the same realm. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much.
So what are the like? I have no idea about this degree. Like, what are the classes like? Do they like just teach you how to use iMovie really well?
No, more like Premiere Pro, After Effects. They teach you Illustrator for graphic design and stuff like that. Maya, they teach you. Um, Even Unity, if you're like making games and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Unreal Engine. There's a bunch of stuff, bro. There's like very like high end professional software that they use for making big budget movies and games and animation. That's what they teach you.
Okay, so is it kind of like in each class you learn a different one of these tools, or
Pretty much. I mean, the classes were. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the classes were named like that. For example, graphic design class. If you join that, it'll be more of a graphic design software, Illustrator, and how to manipulate Photoshop and everything. Or if you're doing like a video production, then obviously it'll be more related to camera and how to use Premiere Pro or After Effects and stuff like that. So yeah.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. When I was in university, I took a virtual reality class.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
yeah, and so we used Unity to build like a simulation in Unity in VR.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, I've used Unity too.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a work, but I think it is like really good and like really good software. Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. It's like a combination of like drag and drop in a 3D world, and then you have like code that
Codes as
attaches
well,
to.
so you can just run both at the same time or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So if you, this is a weird question. Let me like think about how to frame this or how to phrase this.
Sure.
Um, all right. So if you think about like what you're working on, like the industry, and then
Mhm.
you think like 10 years in the future, like what is some like crazy future that you think like might happen? Um, or even just unrelated to your degree, like um, a way that the industry will be way different in the future than it is now. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Um. Okay, if I understand your question correctly, all right, let me try to answer that, and then you can tell me if I understood it or not. In
Okay.
10 years, I think with the considering how the industry is evolving with video and music as well, I think there are going to be more people who are great cinematographers, but just there. You know what I'm saying? For example, even right now, there are like YouTubers, like small YouTubers emerging who are like really good at like handling cameras or just like knowing what kind of scene works with what background and composition and stuff like that. And they're making great content. But in the future, I just see that growing. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like you'll have to be very, you have to have your own, I guess, a thing that makes you different than everybody else, rather than, hey, I can use the camera, I know how to like shoot videos, I can get you like quality videos. Because at that point, 10 years from now, pretty much all of the people will be able to do the same thing, considering how cost effective it is becoming and how accessible the knowledge is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say it's more about the personality that you bring to a video after 10 years rather than just knowing how to work them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. So what you're saying is going to be more. I mean, this is a trend that we've seen already with like YouTube and social media
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff, where it's all about like personal branding, and you're just saying
Mm-hmm.
in the future, like creating great videos and movies, like full length movies, maybe even is achievable by anyone, and
Pretty
it's
much.
more so like people go to the personality that they like.
Exactly. Rather than just like, that person has a video studio, let's just go to him. It won't be that anymore. It will be literally like, I like that person's personality or how he portrays kind of like a story or that emotion into the video. So I'm going to go with that person. That kind of
Nice.
deal. Yeah.
Cool. Could you tell me a little bit more about like who are your inspirations when it comes to video?
Ooh, that's a great question, man. I watch a lot of movies. Recently I watched Joker. Did you watch it?
Oh yeah.
Bro, that cinematography is just crazy. So right now at this current moment, that is like my heavy inspiration.
Mm.
I really want to create something like that, like those kind of colors and those kind of like cinematography. That's what I'm trying to pull off right now in my video world. That is number one right now. Usually I just watch these YouTubers who also make short films and stuff like that, and I watch a lot of them because there are like certain YouTubers that I really love and what they're doing, and they've also worked on like very big feature movies or like TV shows too. So
Mm.
I just follow them a lot as well. So number one would be Film Riot. Um, there were a few other ones. Peter McKinnon is another one. He's like great at doing his thing as well. Yeah, there are like few other of them, but yeah, those are kind of my
Film right?
Film Riot.
Riot.
Riot. Yeah. RIOT.
RIOT.
Yes, sir. Film
Film
Riot.
Riot on YouTube. Cool. And so when you say that you have been inspired by the Joker in your recent work, like what do you mean by that?
Cinematography, how they use the lighting, how they use the lens, and the composition and stuff like that. How they created the, I guess, difference between what's in foreground, background. There's more technical stuff I'm going at, but that's really what like got me, thinking that this is like crazy stuff that they're doing, and I want to do it too.
Okay,
So
interesting.
yeah.
So could you tell me more about so you watch the Joker, and then like what are some of the things that you notice or pick out? Because I don't think I pick out like any of the cinematography things. I just watched it and I'm like, oh, that was an interesting movie.
Yeah. So in that particular movie, they use this like typically in Hollywood movie they use it orange and teal color combo, I guess you can say. So if a person is like more orangey, the background will be more teal looking, just to get contrast or whatever. Or highlights are orangey, shadows are teal or whatever, something like that.
Okay.
They did the same or similar thing, but they used the colors of like some old fluorescent or whatever bulbs. Not even fluorescent, but whatever the bulbs were used back then. I'm just thinking that if Joker was when the actual Joker happened or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and that year they thought what kind of bulbs they would use. So they used that kind of like dirty orange color. And for teal, they use the lights that they used to use back then for like fridge and stuff like that. So there were these weirdly greenish or teal lights that they use. That was like number one thing that I
Like
really
the lights from the inside of a fridge?
ish, like back then, like way back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
It
when you
was
said
just
that, I
like,
kind of understood what you meant.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the bluish weird color back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So they use that combo in such a way that it's just so charming. You know what I'm saying? The colors
Mhm.
look so pretty, like
Hmm.
so pretty. Yeah, they use a lot of that in the entire movie. So
Okay, cool. And then so are you using the same, does that mean you're using the same orange and fridge blue in your music videos?
now I will try to do that. That's what my aim is. It's hard to achieve that just because they used very particular, light sources for that
Yeah.
imitated that old kind of light. And of course, since I bought the newer lights and stuff like that, so they won't have as, I guess, backward kind of look to it. They
Mm.
are more modern and more new. So I'll have to try to somehow make that dirty orange and dirty teal.
Yeah, I feel you. And then so it's kind of more of like going after the vibe, I guess, based on the
Yes,
lighting.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is that the same reason? I mean, is that
sorry, is that why your profile picture is like teal and orange?
Yo, that's a good question. My profile picture has been like that for a while, just because I like teal and orange in general.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I guess you can say that my love for teal and orange is crazy at this point.
Yeah, it goes
As you
deep.
can clearly see.
Like what's on your mind right now? Like, what do you really want to talk about?
Bro, let's just talk about music, bro. Like upcoming music.
If you haven't heard, Run the Jewels dropped an album, and
Okay,
it
I
is
heard.
like so good.
Really? Let me
It was
get
like
it.
this
Oh, interesting. Okay.
RTJ4.
4. Yeah. Run the Jewel 4. Okay.
It is an incredible album.
Really
And I'm guessing you. I mean, I guess that you haven't listened to it. I'm pretty sure it might have come out like this week. Um,
interesting. Yeah. No, I don't think I have, but I've heard that they were like doing something.
yeah, all the songs go like so hard, and
Really.
the beats are amazing.
Yeah, that could be like good inspiration. I'm gonna
Yeah,
definitely listen to it. I'm gonna definitely
definitely.
listen to it. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
listened to it. I went for a walk for like an hour, and that gave me enough time to listen to it twice. And
Right, right. That's awesome, dude.
yeah, it was so
That-
good.
yeah.
In terms of upcoming music for me, I have some songs. I have like several singles
Okay.
that are like finished. And I've like posted them on SoundCloud and like shared them with some people. Um,
Nice.
but and but I think my next project will either be one of two things. I think. I might make well, I guess three things. I don't really know. I don't have concrete plans right now in terms of my music, so it's something I need to figure out. But like, I really want to make like an album. I was hoping to make an album, and I kind of put that on the back burner just because I couldn't like work with producers in real life.
Oh, makes sense. Okay.
And like, yeah.
You need help with that. I mean, I'm down to helping you out for that. If you like want to finish your album, I can help you out.
Yeah, that would be good. I don't know exactly what that would mean, but I will keep that
I
in
mean,
mind.
yeah, we can like figure it out or whatever. Obviously,
Yeah.
right now, I'm being like, hey, I'm gonna help you out, but there's a lot of things that goes into music, so yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I can send you the single. I mean, I think you might have listened to it. It's the song "Cook for You."
Oh,
Did
I
you
think
listen
I
to that
have.
one?
You were promoting it a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's like one of the singles from my album, and then also the other single that I dropped, "Big Hat," like that's another one.
Yeah, that was the older one, right?
Yeah, and then
The
like
one
both
that
of those,
dropped
I
a while.
feel like have like a set style. And then I also have like three songs that I recorded with a producer. And then like I wanted to make the whole album with him. But then
Right.
I haven't talked to him in a long time. Maybe I should
Right.
message him again.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like works a full-time job, so
Oh, okay, makes
I
sense.
kind of
Yeah.
like stopped bugging him for a while, but maybe it's been a while, so
You should, man. You should talk to him and see what's up.
yeah. And then the other thing that I want to work on is I have like these really long freestyles where I freestyle for like 30 minutes in a row. And then I like to mix those into mixtapes. That's how I made my last mixtape. And then I already picked out like the like the show that I want to turn
Yeah.
into a mixtape. So like that's definitely on my list. And then the other thing is like doing more collaboration events with other people online. Um, and right now, I'm definitely leaning much stronger towards that third one.
Oh, okay.
That's probably going to be the next thing that I do.
Bro, do it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I've been trying to, like reach out to you. Like we just met kind of recently or got to know each other. And then there's some other like dev and then 3D dev and a few other artists that could come together for a nice collab event.
Oh yeah, let's do it, bro. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
That's really what I want to do. What about you? What do you got planned coming up?
Dude, there are like two, I guess I want to make them as EPs, and they both have different vibes. The number one is the one that I was talking about that I initially wanted to release before The Moon and Bright Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That is number one that I definitely want to release soon. And there's another one which was specifically more of this scarier kind of like vibe. I don't know which one should I do because like Halloween is coming, but at the same time I want to drop the other one as well. I just don't know. I'm confused at this point.
I mean, well, could you finish both of them and then pick?
That's smart actually. That's very smart. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. What I like to do is especially with this mixtape thing is like I'll have like 11 songs and
Right.
then I'll just pick like the 7 that I like the best.
Right.
And yeah, and that's useful.
Yeah, no, for real, it is definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. how are you going to create them?
The songs you're saying?
Yeah, like say you're about to make a new song. Like,
Right.
what are you going to do?
I'm gonna start with listening to some other music first and get into a certain vibe. So if I want to make a summer type song, I will probably go listen to Kid Ink or Ty Dolla Sign or something like that. Once I'm in that zone, then I would actually start producing something, like coming up with melodies and beat and stuff like that, while also like gibberishing along with it, whether that be like a rap flow or whether that be more of a vocal melody for like hook or like pre-chorus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got all that layered down and I picked the best gibberish, I guess, out of it, whichever like sound good to me, then I'll start writing lyrics on top of it. Just like record that, mix everything together, and bam, that's the song.
Focus on love, love what's in focus. Aim for above because the ceiling's bogus. Focus on love, love what's in focus. Aim for above because the ceiling is bogus. Focus on love, love what's in focus. Aim for above because the ceiling's bogus. Focus on love what's in focus. Aim for above because the ceiling is bogus. I wanna lay down a never-ending road. We never go to